Are we straight?
We're straight.
Are we straight?
Hi and welcome to the podcast. As you can see, I have a special guest with me today because I'm all the way in Scotland.
What?
We're actually going to record this and not take any of the bloopers out. So anyways, I have the one and only...
No rehearsal, no nothing. Just had a cup of tea and a coconut bun and we just got right into it. Before I flake it.
Before she flakes out.
Before I flake out.
Anyways, I have the one and only legend, Helga, with me, aka Mum.
Hi.
And as you know, she has her own podcast, Helga's at Home, which you can find on YouTube, and I know a lot of you listen to her. So anyways, hi, I am all the way in Scotland with Helga, doing a podcast.
Who are you?
I'm Jackie. Right.
From Lowlander.
Lowlander Yarn Studio, yes. Told you we're not going to take any bloopers out.
Got to keep prompting her all the time.
Yeah, you do. So.
Right, we need to be serious. Serious face.
Right.
Serious face. Right. Carry on.
You can't do a podcast with her, it's too
Carry
funny.
on.
So, carry on, Helga. So hi, yes, all the way to Glasgow, Scotland. I day before I leave, so very late on podcast.
And it's pouring the rain, miserable, cold, it's rubbish weather.
It is absolutely rubbish weather. I got here 3 weeks ago and I have to keep my glasses on because I literally can't see
Blind as a bat.
the camera without my glasses. So, but yes, got here 3 weeks ago and the weather has been
Rubbish.
absolutely naff. It has been wet, raining,
snowing,
hail, windstorms, gales, you name it, it has been everything. So it has been cold here in Scotland. So yes, been here 3 weeks and haven't done a whole lot much, been out and about because the main thing I came was because, as you know, my mum's not keeping well, so I just been hanging out with her.
And falling to pieces.
Making her tea, making her lunch, making her dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cleaning.
Shopping a little bit. So yeah, it's just been hanging out at the house, doing a lot of stuff, just inside. So I don't know. That's all I have right now. What do you have?
Well, we need to start with. Let's be professional here, okay?
I have a cup. Oh,
because she's got her tea.
I bought this cup. I love polka dots and seen it, and I bought my coffee cup, a nice little pot. And then Mum drinks tea 24 hours a day, literally in her sleep. And I'm like, well, what do you want to drink? I don't want anything. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't want anything? You don't want some for the podcast? No, I'm fine. So she has no tea, but I do.
I'm being unoriginal. Anyway. Let's be professional here.
Yes, let's be professional.
We can't start with what we're wearing because we're not actually wearing anything that we've knitted. So we'll have to skip right to what have we finished, Jackie?
What have we
She's been a busy bee, by the way.
I have been a busy bee. As I kind of said in my last podcast, I've been doing some intentional knitting, which just basically means when I start projects...
Keep chatting, I'm going to get something.
I'm going to finish projects. Helga has left the building. She's left me on my own. I have no clue what she's getting.
I'm back.
Oh, she's back. She was getting a little thing to show you guys. But excuse us for the sugaring. Every time we move and touch our table, the camera shuggles. But that's
They'll not know what shuggle means. It means shake.
Shake a little bit, seasick.
Right.
So.
Carry on.
So anyways, yes. What was I saying?
You were saying intentional knitting.
Intentional knitting.
Had a wee bit of kind of like makeup removal there.
Sorry, we had to, we were going to keep all the pictures in, but I just realised Helga had lipstick in her teeth, so I thought it would be the polite thing as a daughter to tell her she had lipstick in her teeth, so I paused for a second. So
haven't anymore.
She hasn't anymore, no.
All clean. Right, carry on, hurry up.
So anyways, what have I been doing? Yes, in my intentional knitting journey, I brought with me on, in my project bags, 2 projects, which one I had just started and one I was halfway through. So, and then my intentional knitting, I haven't finished yet, but I have been working on them. So I have been working on those, but I also brought with me some stuff because I knew I wasn't going to be out and about much with Mum this trip. It wasn't a holiday trip where we were going to be doing stuff. So I brought some projects to work on when I was here for business because I can't dye yarn when I'm here. So I brought some fabrics to make bags, and I brought some stuff to make stitch markers. So yes, we sat for a few days and made bags and stitch markers.
I sat for a few days watching Jackie make bags and watching her making, right, I never get this right, is it Flymo or Philo? It's like stitch markers that are made out of dough. It's Flymo or Philo or something like that.
Fimo dough stitch
Fimo, right, get it right, Fimo stitch markers. She did really well.
Yes, I was trying for the first time some Fimo dough, now I can't say it, Fimo dough stitch markers that you bake in the oven. Clay, there you go, polymer clay, that's it.
We'll get it right in the end.
Now, before I show you these, I am no artist by any
they're very
means.
good.
So I'm still in the beginning stages. But as you can see, I just have a couple here to show you. This one I was really proud of. It's a little, if you can see it, it's a little donut.
Focuses.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a little donut, and then in the middle there's a little chocolate, and then look at that little bar of chocolate. I thought that was really cute actually. So that one I didn't think I did so bad on.
That was nice, that's good. They're good.
And then these ones I did a little donut and a little donut. I have no clue what that is, but I just left it. I was like,
I don't know.
Is that a flower?
Let me see.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was a little flower.
It kind of looked cute. So I made a whole bunch of those when I was here and other...
She did really well actually, by the way. It's quite complicated making these things.
I have to try and stop touching the table.
Yeah, stop touching the table. Do what I'm doing, sit in your hands.
Sit in your hands, right. So I've made some stitch markers. I think all told, we probably made, if you can see, oops, little angel. I think all told we probably made about, I don't know, 200 stitch markers.
200 stitch markers.
So I have lots of stitch markers to go on the website.
And she never even gave me one.
Oh, I didn't.
I had to buy a stitch marker.
She's lying, don't believe her. She did not have to buy a stitch marker. Would you like a stitch marker?
My nose is all the same size, so I'm not lying.
Would you like the donuts? Here, she can have this one that I don't really know what it is.
Thank you so much.
Have that one.
It's a little daffodil.
It's not the right colour, but... So that was that. That's some of the stitch markers I was working on. And then the other thing... So I have my two projects that I brought that I have been working on, but in between times I was doing stuff as things came up. One of the other things I did, I was so cold that I had to knit myself a pair of gloves because I am allergic to polyester, and trying to find stuff that doesn't have polyester in it is quite a challenge. So when I got here, it was so cold because here you take the bus everywhere. It's like in America, I'm in my car, yada yada. But here you have to wait in buses now, so it was so cold. So I knit myself a pair of mitts while I was here. And this is, this pattern that I used the, I'll put all the links below, but I used the Giving Mitts pattern. I don't remember who it's by, but they're normally a striped mitt, but I just wanted a quick mitt. So I stash busted my mum's yarn and knit up these real quick, and they're actually kind of toasty. Oops, look, I forgot to cut out my end. How bad is that? Can I poke it in there? Yeah, anyway, it's hiding. But anyways, they kept my hands nice and warm. So that was one thing in it. And one of the things I did was, I can announce it now because it's been publicly announced, but my eldest and his newly wedded wife, is that what you would say, wedded wife?
Yes, well, yeah.
Wedded wife.
His new bride.
His new bride. They've been married a year. Anyways, actually, I think it's been more than a year.
No, it's not a year. They only got married. Oh, yeah, it is more than a year. Yeah. It's been more than a year since I've been over, so yeah, you're right. It's more
yeah, about a year and a half ago. Anyways, they had been trying for a baby, and they finally got pregnant. So Kimber is 12 weeks along, so I wanted to do a little thing when I was here, and my mum, I didn't bring the book over with me, but my mum had been oops, I'm shaking my leg, don't shake my leg at the camera shake.
Don't.
My mum has a couple of books on
Amigurumi.
Amigurumi. Now, that's a really hard one to say with a Scottish accent.
In my case, it's Amigurumi because I still haven't been able to master it.
Amigurumi.
Yes, an Amigurumi.
So it's Amigurumi?
Amigurumi.
Amigurumi.
Uh-huh.
Amigurumi.
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 They know what you mean. They know what you mean. Crochet toys.
Crochet toys.
I know.
So anyways, I picked a project out of the book, and I thought, well, if I'm going to start it, I'm going to finish it. I did nothing
Smart
else
Alec.
but do this. And don't laugh. I think it's pretty good.
I think it's brilliant.
But I meant, let me fix his head a little second. He's a little lopsided. But look at that. Is that not just the cutest little toy? So I was pretty proud of that. Would I do amigurumi again? Probably not. It wasn't hard, but it is really annoying.
Sore in your fingers.
It's sore in your fingers because everything is tight and everything else. But I was pretty proud that I finished it, trying to stick to my
I think it's cute. I love it.
So yeah, it's just a lot of, I don't even know what it is.
It's a wee butterfly.
Oh, it's a butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's just out the cocoon or whatever you call it.
Just out the cocoon.
Well, you know how they wrap themselves in wee things and then when they emerge, they're a butterfly.
So yeah,
so
one like of these an ugly things. Duckling.
Yeah, something like that.
So anyways, I thought that was serious.
I keep waiting for the day I come out my cocoon to end up like a beautiful butterfly. I ended up a moth.
See what I mean? You can.
A very lovable moth, but a moth nevertheless.
A lovable moth. You can.
Right, carry on. Stop throwing things about the living room. You're making a mess.
I don't care.
Right, next.
And then after knitting my gloves, I was still cold. And after finishing my amigurumi butterfly, I thought, well, I don't do hats, but I wanted to knit a quick hat. So I knit this little pom-pom hat. I'm not going to show you it on because I don't suit hats. So
yes, you do.
And after I knit it and put it on, I was like, yeah, no, I don't suit hats. So it is going in my intentional box of knitting, which I started just before I left, which I put in the last podcast. So this will be a Christmas gift for someone. But yeah, it was just a little quick knit, just a regular pattern. I just made it up, but it's just a basic beanie that I did in chunky yarn. And I haven't sewed my pom-pom on. It's just tied in there. So yeah, I gotta fix my pom-pom. So yeah, I did that and finished it. And I tell a lie, I had 3 projects I was working on and I did kind of finish one. One of the projects I was working on, I released the wild thistle cowl just before I left last month, and I had put it on the last podcast. And I only released so many because I was leaving, and we sold out of them all. But I only offered it in the one colour, so I wanted to get another colour on my needle before I left, so that when I get back and put it on the website, we now have 2 colour choices. So, and I went ahead and kind of finished it. I ran out of yarn for the top, so I just kind of cast it off, and I'm going to take it back off my needle when I get back and knit it back up. But I ran out of the purple, which is our heather bloom, but this is knit in our heather bloom and our flower of Scotland speckled yarn, which is kind of greens and aubergines.
It's nice.
And it is rather lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So for all yous that were waiting on to purchase the wild thistle cowl, and I know there was a few of you that tried to purchase one before I left and they were sold out. When I get back, they'll go back in the website and I'll have 2 colour choices available. So yes, I'll announce it on my Instagram and my Facebook so that you guys can nab one. And what else?
Invitations.
Yes, my niece is getting married in August, which my original trip to Scotland is in August because I was coming from my niece's wedding. This was just a quick last minute trip to see mum, but so yeah, she needed invitations done, and like every not newly married, but you know what I mean, every couple that's planning to get married, you know, finances are just tough and hard and they're trying to pay for a wedding. Well, I thought, well, what can I do? So Kimberly asked me to make her invitations, so I made 55 invitations, which was a lot of fun.
With the help of your wee brother.
With the help of my wee brother Paul, who probably never ever watches my podcast.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He watches the podcast. Yes, he does.
Oh, how nice. Yes, my brother Paul, big shout out, came and helped me. And my sister's way of helping was to come at the last hurdle.
Yes.
Sit down at the table, into it 2 minutes, and said, this is going to bloody take me all night. And I'm like, we've been sitting here
Yvonne
all
is
day.
not a crafter. She just took one look and went, I cannot do
Not
that.
doing that. So.
I'm going for a cup of tea.
So yes, here are the invitations I made for Kimberly and
Lift
Stephen.
up to see the fancy bit at the bottom.
Little scalloped edge, which consists of their invitation and a little bit about gift giving. They're going to do a honeymoon fund for their gift giving, and they're also having a really nice fancy meal, which I did a menu for. So yeah, I was really pleased with how they turned out, and I was so happy to be able to do them for Kimberly and Stephen. So that took quite a while. That took several days to get going and stuff like that. So I worked in that too. And what else did I work on? I worked on making some bags. I have a whole bunch cut out, but only assembled a few. So I worked in making some bags while I was here, some project bags, because I was all out. If you can kind of see them. So just some basic sock.
They're a one skein bag, so you get socks or a small one skein project.
Yeah, these are like the 12 by 12, and then these are the little 10 by 6s. Let me see if I can open it up a little bit, which are just little sock bags. But so yes, I got, I don't know, maybe 10 of those made, and they all, because they're sock bags that I made, I haven't got the snaps on them yet, but I made little what do you call these things?
DPN holders.
DPN holders to go with them. So yeah, they'll all be in the website once I get them back and ironed and freshened up and everything else. But I cut out, I brought a lot of fabric with me. My mum had a lot of fabric, so I did cut out probably about 40 bags that then are ready to sew when I go home. And that was all the finished projects. And then one cannot go anywhere without buying a little something. So I spied this little book at French Girl Knits at one of the local shops here, and I'm like, oh, I'll be having that. There's a lot of really nice patterns in it. Where's the one that I want to do? Oh, these gloves. I want to do these gloves. That's one of the first things I want to do. And what was the other thing? Somewhere here. Oh yes, I want to do that hat for someone for Christmas and put it in my intentional box. So that was my one little treat to myself when I was here. So that's kind of all the finished stuff that I have. I have a couple of whips that I'll show you here in a minute, but I'm gonna hand over to Helga while I take a drink of my coffee, because she doesn't have any coffee or tea. So
alrighty.
Take it away, Helga.
Well, you know that I was working on my...
Just watch the table.
I've got amigurumi in the brain now. My numeral into shawl. Well, I finished it. I did finish it. You want to hold an end of that. It's not been blocked yet, but it's quite big, and it is really, really lovely. And that was done in Jackie's hand-dyed yarn, the Sockalicious, and that was butterscotch. The colour was butterscotch. Yeah. But a beautiful, beautiful yarn to knit with. And I'm going to do another one of these shawls because they're so easy. And then I was doing the Zutia Mugli Road Trip shawl that I told you about that said it took 100 grams. Well, this is it finished.
Oh, I didn't even see it finished.
And that is 100 grams. And as you can see, there is no embellishments on it, no flowers, no... There just isn't enough in a 100 gram ball.
Oh, horse has flowers and stuff on it.
Yeah, so I don't quite know what to do to fancy it up kind of still. I've put some temporary tassels here. I'm going to add some beads on here.
Oh, that would be nice.
So I don't know, any suggestions,
carry on.
I don't know, I was going to maybe put some fringing on, or just leave it the way it is with a couple, and you see it, you don't have the drape in the picture either. So for me, she either got her measurements wrong, or I don't know, but 100 gram ball wool just does not cut it. But I do have another 2 balls of that wool. I might make it bigger, I don't know, I might change it up, but it is nice, and it's one of these things you can just take it with you. You don't need to worry about it. If you're in company and talking and things, you don't need to worry about it. The other thing that I've been doing is, I told you, we've got a lot of babies coming into the family.
Yes.
Well, just had one being born, Amelia Crawford Boyle, who came into the world on Saturday wearing 6 pounds, 5 ounces, I'm tempted to say. So that's the second one. We've got a third and a fourth one in April, one in June. So I've been busy doing baby stuff, so I've did these wee baby hats. This is my own pattern that I did.
So cute.
Wee crochet baby hat. This is another one of my own patterns. That actually, when Jackie and I used to do the craft fairs, I used to do these in adult sizes, and we always put a big button on them.
She called them the huggy hats.
The huggy hats. So, but what I do for these is I just crochet a wee flower. And this is just a wee plain one.
I like that one, but the wee plain
But
one.
the other thing I'm doing is
Just watch the table because it's
matinee jackets. Now this pattern is as old as my oldest son, and he's 50 this year, 51 this year. And it's just a wee, you see, simple matinee jacket.
My mum has been doing them for so many years, for every baby that's born.
I've done the back, and this is the 2 sides, but it's a beautiful pattern. And our baby wool here is so soft. It really is gorgeous, it really is.
I love it.
So that's what I have been working on. It's not a lot, but right now I just have to work when I'm feeling able. And some days I don't feel able, but yeah, I'm doing well, and I forgot to bring it over, but I did finish one of my socks with the Giddy Yarn self-striping.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is. It's in that wee green bag on my basket.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I finished one of those and started the second one. The trouble I have with socks is I absolutely love knitting socks, but I'll only use DPNs. I'd love to knit pattern socks, and maybe some of you guys can maybe comment below if you've done this, but
I love that, yeah.
I'd love to be able to do pattern socks. I just don't know if some patterns you would be able to do on DPNs, and I've never been brave enough to try the magic loop. So any of you guys done pattern socks and DPNs, I'd be interested to know. But anyway, this is my first sock.
I love
It's not been blocked or anything like that.
the self-striping yarn.
Helen from Giddy Yarns does a lovely job, her self-striping yarns.
And may I add, as a hand dyer, if you're listening in, Helen, I take my hat off to you, because a lot of people don't understand the process that goes into self-striping yarns.
The phone's going.
Please just ignore the phone. Hold on a second. I think I pressed that off. Anyway, people don't realise the process that goes into...
We are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
We're doing a podcast.
I told you we...
Oh my goodness me.
Someone wants to get a hold of her. Hi, we're back for take 2, even though we said we weren't doing a take 2, but the phone was buzzing.
There was a wee break in the transmission.
Yes, we really had to answer it. It was our beautiful Kimberly that was on the phone.
She wanted to know, she wanted to make us macaroni for tea, but the tradition is when anybody's going to America, the night before, all the family come up and we have a Chinese.
So
that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing tonight.
It's now snowing outside.
It is now snowing outside.
Yeah.
So as I was saying before in the last bit, Helen from Giddy Yarns does, self-striping yarn, and as a hand dyer, that is a process. I've never tried self-striping yarn. I don't think I ever want to try self-striping yarn because it does take a lot. So I take my hat off to
She
Helen.
does wonderful work. She really does.
Beautiful work.
Yeah.
And I'd love to nab some of her yarn one time when I'm over in Scotland. Maybe in August when I come over, I'm going to nab some self-striping from her. Not nab it, buy it, obviously. But, so yeah. And while we took a break, I did grab the Amigurumi book because I want you guys to check this out. It is by, how do you say that?
Lilleliis or something.
Lilleliis or
I think it's
something,
Japanese.
I'll put a link down there. But this is the amigurumi books my mum got.
And that was the teddy that I attempted to make, but it ended up looking like, I don't know.
She got 2, and there's all sorts of little toys inside it. And the lady that wrote it did a wonderful job. It was very easy to follow. As I say, I just didn't enjoy it just because I don't think I enjoy amigurumi, because it's just really hard in your hands and stuff like that, so it gets a little frustrating sometimes. But in terms of instruction, no, she did a great job. Instructions, so all yous out there, if you want to try your hand at a little toy in amigurumi, I suggest that book, because it's a really good book. So yes, my 2 whips in progress. Well, I had 3. I practically finished the cowl, but the other thing I was working on, and I'm still working on it, and I know it's been a long time coming, but I'm trying to design it myself, but is my cloudy with chance of sunshine shawl. As you know, I released a yarn last year that was cloudy with a chance of sunshine based on Scottish weather, because that is literally how it is. Every day since I've been here, it's sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy. So anyways, so right now I'm working and putting some eyelets in it, because I want to finish with a large eyelet section. So I kind of had to do the math on that a little bit. So I just started that. So yeah, I'm probably, I don't know, 3/4 way through, and hopefully I get it finished here soon. So that is that. And once I finish it, it will go into our website under our new thing that we're doing on our website, which is our grab and go kits. The Wild Thistle cowl was released, as you saw, and we put it in an actual kit. I showed you it in the podcast last time, and we're calling them grab and go kits, because literally there's everything that you need for a project in it, including the needles, the pattern, the darning needle to sew your ends in at the end. The only thing that's not in it is a pair of scissors. That's about the only thing. You get project bag with it and everything. So I think this will be released as a grab and go kit. So I'll have the pattern, the yarn and all that in it. So look out for that. Hopefully in about a month I'll have that finished and all ready to go up on the website. And
we may have a second grab and go coming as well once we work up the single and stunning as a grab and go kit.
I released a pattern last year that my mum designed called the single and stunning cowl. So I'll be working on that when I get back to make that into a grab and go kit. So yeah, I just need to work out the details. So that'll be a quick knit grab and go, like a weekend project. Obviously the shawl will be a little longer if you're taking a long road trip or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. And then the last project I have on my crochet hook was something that I grabbed from my local yarn shop before I left, the Village Yarnery, because I wanted a project for traveling that was easy, quick, didn't take up a lot of room, didn't really, wasn't stressful. And I decided to do the Vata shawl. I'm not sure who it's by. Again, I'll figure all this out and put links below. But I had tried, like many people out there who have told me, I tried the Vata shawl a few years ago, and it wasn't that I couldn't do it. I really wasn't into it. But when I was in Megan's shop at the Village Yarnery, she had one on display, and it was in a lace weight yarn and a faded yarn. And I'll put the links below. And I thought, wow, that's actually gorgeous.
I think it might be very difficult, Jackie, to actually put a link as to who originally designed that shawl, because if you go into Pinterest or Ravelry, there are so many people that have done the virus. It's so difficult to find out who originally, if anybody knows who originally designed it, please comment below, because we'd love to know.
Yeah, so when I saw it, I thought, well, I'll grab the yarn and stuff and I'll get that on my crochet hook, which I did. And I am absolutely loving it. And I decided, rather than to mess with the charty pattern, which was just a charty pattern, I decided to follow Mikey at the Crochet Crowd.
Oh, I love Mikey. I just love him to bits.
Yes, he's pretty brilliant. So I've been following his YouTube video on how to do it, and so simple. and so easy to follow. He takes you through it step by step by step, and we'll put the link below for the YouTube not channel, but
the
video
tutorial. Yeah.
But here's my, oops, just a second, I gotta get my crochet hook in it before it
comes out.
Let me pull it out a little bit. I'm all in a tamfuckle here, but this is my Vata shawl.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The colours of that yarn are gorgeous.
I decided to do it in this fade yarn, and I've messaged, I've tagged Megan from the Village Yarnery to ask her what yarn it was I bought, because I lost my label. So I'm sure I'll have that by the time we release the podcast, and I'll let you know exactly what yarn. But I think part of the problem, and a few people had commented on my Instagram post that they had tried it, couldn't get into it and stuff. Well, I think a lot of people do it in like a heavyweight yarn, like an Aran yarn and a double knitting yarn.
I found it difficult to get it started, and I did it in a double knitting worsted weight
and I
yarn.
think when you do it in a double knitting or a Aran weight yarn, it looks like a completely different job. But when you do it in this is a lace weight yarn, and it's on a size 4mm crochet hook. And when you do it in that, it honestly feels
changes the whole perspective.
It changes the whole thing. You don't feel like you're crocheting that shawl, because before when I tried it, I did try it in a double knitting, because that's whatever it was I was watching back then, or someone gave me the pattern, that's what they had suggested. So, but I'm loving it way more in the fingering weight yarn. It's really lacy, it's really airy.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The colours, they don't do it justice on the video. They really
and
don't.
Especially if you do it in a faded yarn and you just see that kind of fade up. So I am almost, and you do it to the size that you want. So I'm probably going to do about another quarter kind of thing, but it goes in a sequence of a 4-row what do you call it? Pattern. You know, like the pattern's over 4 rows. So once you have that memorized, and MIKEY takes you all through that. But the nice thing about MIKEY's video, like, he takes you through until he believes you have it memorized. But me not having a great memory, I hadn't quite had the 4 rows memorized. But what he does is, in his comments below, he puts the exact times of the YouTube video where you can just pick up those 4 rows, because he goes 4 rows and 4 rows and 4 rows, and he takes you through about, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 repeats.
Yeah.
So instead of you having to watch the whole video, you can just go back to those where the 4, I think it starts at row 10 is a 4-row repeat, because it goes to row 13. I guess it's a 3-row repeat. So it's really easy, and now I do have it memorized. It's going way quicker. So yeah, I'm excited to get that finished, and I plan to finish it on my way home. I leave tomorrow. So it's been a quick trip. One of the things we had planned to do when we were here, which I had said in our last podcast, was my mum had arranged, well, I'll let you.
Well, I had arranged with there's quite a lot of Scottish podcasters that live within kind of travelling distance of where we are in Glasgow. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to kind of meet up. And Sarah, who was the last Who Knits, who's now Joanna Banana, or on Sock TV, she made a suggestion, why don't we form a group on Instagram, which we did, and it's called Scotch and Yarn. So there's I think there's about 8 or 9 of us on there. But anyway, with Jackie coming over, we thought, because they follow Jackie, they follow our podcast, and then some of them have bought our yarn, we decided to have a meet up in Perth. And everybody was excited about it, and the day before everybody was really excited, and then the Scottish weather let us down.
It did, big time.
Because we had a major storm, Storm Dennis it was called, that caused major flooding throughout the country. Rail links were off, bus routes were cancelled, so one after the other, people were going, I don't know if I'm going to make it because I can't get a train or I can't get a bus. And we decided, well, we're just going to leave it. But 2 of the ladies, Sarah from Sock TV and Jane from Wee Sheep Yarns, did manage to meet up in Glasgow for a coffee, and they had a really nice time. That was the first time that they'd met, so we were glad that at least a couple of the ladies got to meet. So we're going to organise another trip for when Jack comes over in August.
Yeah, I'm coming back in August.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll not be any snow or rain or storm Dennis's.
Hopefully it'll be a bit nicer because I'm telling you, this weather's brutal.
I know, it's been absolute rubbish.
Oh my God, it's so,
But hey ho, the rain makes the grass green, so what the heck.
I mean, that is nice, the grass is really green. But, so yeah, it's been kind of a flying visit. I can't believe I've been here for 3 weeks. It doesn't feel like I've been here for 3 weeks. So yeah, just mainly, and it's snowing again. Yeah, it's just snowing. Mainly been hanging out at the house, doing stuff with my mum. I did manage to grab a day with my brother. I didn't manage to really grab any time with my sister. Normally we have a girl night. Something. I didn't manage that this time around, but I did manage to grab my brother for a day and then spend some time with my niece's baby. My niece is my goddaughter. Jessica, so that's been really nice to do that, and we've had lots of good times in the house. Our family have been here, and we've had a good laugh. And
it's been busy. We've had lots of visitors, and you have done a lot considering. You have actually
I have
done a lot considering. Come Sunday, I'm back on my own again.
You'll need to make your own tea.
Oh yeah, I'll have to make my own tea. Oh my lord!
Do you remember how to make tea?
No, I'll need to get a big flask so that I can fill it up.
Big flask so you can fill it up.
I know.
But hopefully when I had planned to maybe podcast a little bit out and about when I was here to put in the podcast, but
we weren't out and about.
We weren't out and about. Because my mum's not feeling well, so even more so if it rains.
It's hard. It's hard for me to get out, and it takes a lot out of me. So when the weather's bad,
then yes, kind of have to camp in. And the weather, literally, I think it has rained every day. Rain or snow every day.
It has. Actually, it has. February has been an awful month.
Yeah, and I'm feeling a little. I haven't heard from many of my kids since I've been gone, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I would start to get suspicious if I were you. Yeah.
I haven't really heard from many of them. My daughter Becca, of course, but then that's Becca.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my two granddaughters, I've really only spoke to them once. So yeah. It's kind of that thing when you've got two homes, like I was just saying to my partner Michael was on the phone, and he's like, well, I don't know what he was saying, but he said, you'll soon be home or something like that, and he's like, no, I mean back. And I said, it's okay, you can stay home. And he's like, well, it's just because of the day it is. It's the day before you're leaving your other home.
Yeah.
So really being away from home affects kind of everybody and stuff. So it's just one of those. It's like I say to everybody, like when you're in a cross-cultural family and you really have two homes, for every hello there's a goodbye.
Yeah.
And for every goodbye there's hello. And it's one of the weirdest
but at the
things,
end at the end of the day we are fortunate that over the years I have been able to visit for 12 years. I have been able to visit
3 months at a time
every year for 3 months, and then there was a couple of times when it was twice when kids were graduating. I have been very fortunate. I mean, those days are gone now. I cannot do that journey, and it's difficult for Jackie and the kids. It's so expensive for them to come over, but we're still in the end of phone. We have FaceTime. We have a lot that a lot of people don't have.
Yes.
I have a couple of friends who have lost children, adult children, and we're very fortunate. So we shouldn't complain.
We shouldn't complain because at the end of the day, yes, there was a time I didn't get home very much, but now on average I get home about once a year. And when I come home, because I'm self-employed, I'm able to come home for 4 weeks, which is nice. And this year, obviously, I'm making 2 trips.
So I need to learn. I need to learn to dye yarn so that when she's here, she can dye her yarn.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys will all be desperate for
because
some
she's
goodies.
going to be busy when she gets back. She has to get back into. She obviously still has to work to pay the bills. But she's got a lot of dyeing to do.
Yes, I have some clubs coming up, and then
she's got clubs coming up. You've got
the grab and go
kits, and we can't say too much about it.
What?
There is going to be a new project bag appearing on Lowlander at some point over the next 2 or 3 months.
I think I put it in the last podcast.
Oh, it was on the last podcast. The tartan bag.
The tartan bag, I bloody love knitting.
She already has 2 or 3 pre-orders for those from Scotland because I did it right away because I love it, absolutely love it.
So Lorena back home in America, she's been texting me, she's been working on some, so hopefully we'll have some of those available on the website. I also have some shop wholesale orders that I need to get going because I have to replenish some stock there. And then, so yes, I've got several things that I got to get right into when I get back. For all yous that were part of the Shetland Club last year, you know, when I start, every year when you start your business, you have to take a look at last year, see what worked, what didn't work. And anybody out there that sits in front of a podcast or a camera on their Instagram and say everything they do works, that's not true. There are some things we do as crafters, as dyers, whatever, that sometimes just don't work. And although we did, in our first round of our Shetland series last year, I just felt that clubs are a lot of work. It's different than just dyeing yarn and selling it. There's a lot of thought goes into it, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it and stuff like that, and it takes, it goes over several months. So when looking at my clubs this year, when I started, I decided not to continue with the Shetland Club because I just felt like last year, even though we had orders for the first series, and I know some of you were waiting to be part of the second series, I just didn't think that, there was enough interest to really keep that going, because I am only one person, I can only do so many things, and I would rather put energy and something into something else. And it was great last year, but I've decided not to continue with the Shetland Club this year. But I've got a few other things that are coming up and stuff like that. I'm planning my Advent season already. I know that's shockable, but and I do want to mention that when you work from home, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last podcast, I don't think I did, but when you work from home and you sell online, it's different than a shop. You don't get a lot of feedback sometimes. So you just hope that you're doing a good job. And usually when you have repeat customers, and I have a lot of repeat customers now. But it's always nice to get feedback. And as an online business, you don't get a lot of feedback. Because when you sell through a website, it's not like Etsy where you can leave a review. So it's always nice when customers email. And I did have a customer email me who bought an Advent from me this last year, and she had also bought 3 other Advents from other people. She didn't say who, but she messaged me to thank me for the Advent and said out of all her Advents that she had bought 4 in total, lucky her, that she enjoyed mine's the most, and that really felt good, because with something like an Advent, it's such a huge project and you're dyeing so many yarns to go in it, and you have a plan, you're focused, and then when you do it, you're like, gosh, I hope people get the concept, get the idea, because last year I did a themed one, which was the first year, so it made me a little nervous, but so it made me feel good when she emailed me to let me know that out of it all, that not only was it the good value for money, that she thoroughly enjoyed it and stuff. So I am in the thought process for my next Advent.
Wow, Christmas.
I know. So yeah, I got some things coming up. I got some things to work on. I'm really going to be concentrating on the grab and go kits, because I've had a lot of feedback about those. And people like the concept of that, where they don't need a faff about like having to go buy needles or what am I going to do with this. Well, we all know it. We all buy hand-dyed yarn. I mean, I know that when I came here, when Mum was going through all the yarn that she had bought the past year since I've been here, mostly she now only buys hand-dyed yarn from all different people. She has all this beautiful yarn. She's like, I don't know what to do with it. And I hear that a lot from people that buy hand-dyed yarn, because it's such an exclusive yarn. They don't really know, what am I going to do with it? What pattern am I going to use with it? So I think that will be a great thing for the grab and go kits. It's giving people ideas and giving people everything to do, where they don't need to kind of think for themselves.
I don't, because I can't think for myself right now. I genuinely cannot think for myself. I'm just looking at the window here because that snow's getting really heavy.
Yeah, it is.
But we're in for the day. So
maybe I'll get snowed in and
Oh yeah.
They'll keep me here for another week.
No, because you'll have to buy a new ticket. That's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
No, you're going tomorrow, and that's it.
So yes, that's about all we have from you from this little part of Scotland. But so I will be back in the States over the weekend. So you'll see me more present on Instagram and Facebook and stuff come next week. And yeah, you'll get to see some things. But next time I do a podcast with Helga will be August. And I got some things planned in August because it was an actual proper trip I was coming. So I will be out and about with Lowlander when I come in August. I got a couple of trips. My sister's booked me and Michael on the whiskey tour.
On a whiskey tour.
I don't even like whiskey.
Yeah.
But he loves whiskey.
They need to go by bus that day because they definitely cannot drive when they're doing a whiskey tour.
I think we will. So yeah, she's kind of booked that, and then we're going to book a weekend away in a little place called Millport, which is my favourite place to go. And then obviously my niece is getting married, so that's a big thing that's going on. And yeah, we get...
The other kids have got things planned the odd day here and there and everywhere, so
and hopefully some of my kids can make it over for the wedding. Right now they're all get their times in at work to get off and stuff and waiting for approval. So I'm really hoping. It's been a lot of years since I was back with any of the kids being here at the same time.
Well, Sean and Kimber can't come obviously because Kimber's pregnant, so which was a big disappointment, but at the same time exciting news about the baby.
Yeah,
so.
she's due in September.
Yeah.
Well, I get back when they told me they were pregnant and when they were due. I don't get back until September 5th. And she's due September 13th. So I'm like, you better not have that baby before I get back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So yeah, it's an exciting year in our family this year. Another little grandbaby. So that will make 3 for me and 2 for them because they have little Stella, who you saw in the podcast over Christmas. So yes, little Stella's going to be a big sister.
If I don't know if is it on public Facebook. He did, and if you can find it, really, you have to look at. They actually announced it publicly by doing a videography. My grandson is a wonderful videographer. It's just his thing, and he's in great demand for it. Yeah, but he did the most awesome videography announcing the birth the forthcoming birth of the baby, the fact that they're pregnant. If you get a chance to watch it, you really have to watch it. Well, actually,
it's on his business page over in Facebook. He is called Reed Creative Co. I will put a link down below for that.
Yes, I do that.
When I saw it, I thought, well, he is a videographer. He works for the local school district and he owns his own wedding and videography company too. But when I saw it, I thought, wow, I have never seen
anything like
an announcement like that for a baby, and it just, oh my gosh, it grabs my heart. And I know I'm being biased because my son's super talented.
But if you get a chance, please go and watch it because it really is awesome.
It's a really beautiful thing, and I said that to him. A lot of people probably watch that and want, what he done for theirs, because I've never seen a baby announced that way. But yes, truly is beautiful. So
it is.
So that is all we have from Glasgow, Scotland.
Except to say that if you've watched the podcast, even if you haven't watched the whole of the podcast, or you find it you're having to swipe on, well, I'm not boring.
Oh, it meant me.
Okay.
No, but by the way, while we're on that subject, she gets more views than me. Why is that, people? You not like me?
I don't know, because I don't do as much knitting as her. But anyway, it's a simple thing. Just take your wee finger and press the like button, because that does get her recognition, and it kind of like broadens her. She's like every other person like her who's trying to get a business and get it up and off the ground, because she's been at it quite a good while. But to advance their business, but we rely on you people, and all you have to do is to like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Plus, it encourages you. Everyone needs encouragement.
It does. Everybody needs encouragement.
And it's not easy to sit in front of a camera and talk, because you feel like you're talking to yourself. So yes, podcasting is a little different than other things that I do, but it's nice to see people comment, and we have regular followers and stuff. So yes, if you like us, hit my subscription button.
Yes, Lowlander, yeah.
And then go over, if you have not subscribed to Helga's at Home, then subscribe to my mum's. And you can find us in all the usual places, Facebook, Instagram, and all that jazz. Our website too, and it's all under, quite simple, Lowlander Yarn Studio. So yes, that is it from Bonnie, Scotland.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Oh, you can leave with your tagline, since she said I stole her tagline.
She did steal my tagline.
I actually did steal it.
But no, it's been great to do a podcast where, I mean, I will miss her. She's been fantastic since she's been here, and I really appreciate being here. But whoever you are, wherever you're watching from, until we meet again, TTFN.
Ta-ta for now. Bye.